This is the solutions for day 10. I was asked to do 58. That was the only one I was asked to do. So we've got the secant of alpha is equal to -3, and alpha is between pi over 2 and pi. So it is somewhere in the second quadrant. I hate when that happens. All right, so we're going to put the alpha over here in the second quadrant. And now the secant of an angle is equal to the reciprocal of the cosine, so it's 1 over the cosine of alpha. So remembering the cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, so the reciprocal of the adjacent over the hypotenuse is the hypotenuse over the adjacent. So -3 over 1, the hypotenuse will always be positive, so that's going to be a +3, and our adjacent side is negative, so there's a -1. By Pythagorean theorem, you're going to find the y, and it's going to be positive, to be 2√2, and it's just going to be 9 minus 1, which is 8. Square root of 8 is 2√2. First one we're asked to find is the sine of alpha divided by 2. Well, it's a straight identity, the half angle identity. It's going to be plus or minus the square root of 1 minus the cosine of alpha divided by 2. So is it plus or minus? Well, we're in the second quadrant, but that's alpha. That's not alpha divided by 2. Alpha divided by 2 is going to be somewhere between 180 divided by 2, which is 90, and 90 divided by 2, which is 45. So it's in the upper half of the first quadrant, and everything's positive there. So we're going to deal with the positive square root of 1 minus the cosine of alpha, adjacent over hypotenuse. That's going to be -1/3 divided by 2. So we're going to make this 1 3 over 3. So 3 plus 1 is going to be the square root of 4/3 divided by 2, or times a half. So this 2 goes into this 4 2 times. So it looks like we've got the square root of 2 over the square root of 3. And if I rationalize that, that's where I get 2√3 all over 3. All right, we were asked to find the cosine of alpha. I'm not going to do that one. It works identical, except it's 1 plus the cosine of alpha. So you can figure that out. But we were also asked to find the tangent of alpha divided by 2. I'll go ahead and do that. We've got 3 choices. I don't know why you would ever pick the first one. So I think I did the middle one on the last example. So I'll just go ahead and do the bottom one. The sine of x, or alpha, divided by 1 plus the cosine of alpha. It doesn't matter which one you use. And here I don't have to make a choice. It's going to come out either positive or negative. And this one better come out positive. All right, so the sine of alpha, the sine is going to be 2√2 over 3. And that's going to be divided by, that's a 1, plus the cosine of alpha. And the cosine of alpha we already found out to be -1/3. So now I'm going to -1/3. Now we're going to add the denominator, and that's going to be a 3 over 3. So I have 2√2 over 3, and divided by, I didn't leave myself a lot of room there, 3 minus 1, so that's going to be 2 over 3. All right, so I've got 2√2 over 3 divided by 2/3, or times 3/2. Well, that's nice. The 2 is going to cancel out the 2. The 3 is going to cancel out the 3. And that should be the square root of 2. All right, I hope that helps. Keep the questions coming on Google Classroom. I'll do everything I can to help you guys out.